These two grown men had never seen the Simpsons. How the fuck's that even happen? They're two grown men on a mission now, so buckle up and just strap in.
More silver dollar, but I'm not gonna let them catch me, no. Not gonna let them catch the Midnight Riders.
These two grown men had never seen the Simpsons. It's America's Barley Basket.
Welcome to another episode of America's Barley Basket, episode 103. I'm your host, Marlon Wells, alongside host Nathan Folsebach. Hello, Nathan.
Hello, Marlon.
How are you, bud?
I'm okay.
Yeah? You doing all right?
I had that emotional breakdown about losing my phone, but...
Yeah, so tell me, how do you lose your phone, buddy?
You want the rage to kick in?
Hit
you want me to? You want to hulk
rage.
up? You want me to hulk up on the pod?
Get him with a... Give me the wrench, because fuck you.
I can't find it, and it's making me angry. And the shake, thankfully, you soothed me. You petted my mane. You made me take my pills. Just pushing my jaw up and down like a pet that's unresponsive.
Laid your head into my lap and pet your hair like a scared horse.
Ugh. But goddamn it, I'm not giving up hope. The phone couldn't have left me. It's not sentient, goddammit. We've not reached that point yet. The science isn't there.
What a fun, and it's one of those where you were just sitting there with your phone, and then suddenly you didn't have your phone. It's not like you left it somewhere.
Yeah. And it's kind of sweaty in here. We're hot boys today.
Oh my God!
And I think you're the one. It's punishment for you, but for me, it's like kind of like this. It's like old timey podcasting.
Nice little sweat treat.
Usually, we're always in this perfect, self-contained, temperate cocoon, but now we're just sweating it up.
This is the first week of North Dakota summer where I have needed to run the air conditioner. Up until now, the past couple weeks, it's like lead up to summer weather. Still have the windows open. Sometimes even shut them at night because it gets a little too cool. But we went and told jokes over the weekend, and I left the windows open, and it was hot the whole time, and I came back, and it was hot, and I was like, oh, shit, I left the windows open all weekend. Closed them, turned on the air conditioner, and the air conditioner has not spit out one iota of cool air for 2 days, just to the point where I shut it off. I was like, okay.
Blowing your old farts right back, you all disrespectful like.
Oh, don't recycle my farts.
Yeah. Oh, no.
Not secondhand farts.
My nightmares come true.
Oh, no, twice baked farts. So I was like, well, clearly it's not working. So I put in a repair request, and it's fucking Memorial Day weekend in America. So hopefully, because we're recording this on Monday, hopefully by the time you hear this, they have fixed my air conditioner because I'm dying. Yeah. I'm dying inside.
It's a good reminder that freedom, no air conditioning, is free.
That's true.
Some
very
gave
true.
all, Marlon.
We can't be taking it for granted.
Yeah. Don't want to brag, but it's a balmy 49 degrees in the centipede pit. Never summer in the centipede pit, in the shadows.
It's always nightmare time in the centipede pit.
So cool. The good sleeping weather. As long as the centipedes can't get into bed with you, it's great sleeping weather. You hear them clawing and clamoring, but they can't quite make it up those long. Got to get a platform bed in the centipede pit. You can't be on the ground.
I bet they can still get to you. I think you're delusional.
The spiders get to you.
Okay.
You just learn to live with them.
I think the centipedes are on you at night and you don't know it.
I don't know if they can get to you. Maybe it's not worth it for them. There's plenty of vermin on the ground level. They can eat all the bathroom scrapings and stuff like that.
Oh, boy, I don't like that phrase.
They like that. Oh, they love the bathroom.
Ugh.
You see them, they sometimes die on the arduous trip across the carpet. They just think, fucking pour one out for this fucking pioneer centipede.
Is your carpet just the beach of Normandy? Is it just Omaha Beach, just littered with dead centipedes?
I think they just, if they're willing to venture to the carpet, they get a soldier's burial.
Oh, sure, at sea, which is the toilet.
I think with centipedes, it's the trash, because that's their Valhalla.
Oh, okay.
The garbage. Oh, man, how fucking psyched are you if you're a live centipede and you fall in the trash?
Oh, my God, banana peels.
Look at this. Things are changing.
Fucking king centipede.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah, when I went to bed last night, it was 78 degrees in my apartment, and I wanted to be dead. I was woken up by a thunderstorm at about 6 a.m. this morning, just drenched in sweat with a top sheet so sweat soaked that it was like semi-translucent, just sticking to my fat body.
6:30 in the morning, not a soul inside. Marla's sweaty in the bedroom. AC's been out all night. Holy shit, the music video for that.
Oh, man.
Just you opening the freezer, like pushing your head in it. That's sweet relief. There are right now European listeners like 78's not that hot.
Right, yeah. I don't know what that is.
If you guys weren't so big.
I don't know what that is in Celsius, but it was fucking hot. It was hot in here. Real stuff. Also, I'm a cold bedroom boy. I like I like to be
meat
cold.
locker.
Yep, exactly. I want to hang beeves in this bedroom.
That's for Valentine's Day weekend.
And that's the plural of beef, Nathan. God damn it.
Really?
Yeah.
No shit. I thought that was just something you made up for having fun. Beeves? Beef? A side of beef? Two beeves?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
Man. So much in the world.
Oh, this freezer's full of beeves.
What the fuck? Is this a long con?
As opposed to, I have a beef in the freezer.
Oh, okay. No shit. Just calling a hanging thing of meat a beef is funny too.
I have a beef. That's like I have a pork.
Care to ogle my beeves?
Don't say that.
I presented them. They're hanging quite nicely.
Can I present you my beeves? If you'll follow me to my beeves room. What?
Yeah, no, thank you.
Call up a butcher. Ask how many beeves they got.
They're going to say, you sick prick, and slam the phone down.
Slam the phone.
Yeah. I'm a married man. How dare you?
You dirty dog, Mr. Butcher Man.
Listen, buddy, my wife can answer this phone. You call my cell the next time.
11. And quick hangs it up.
You know where they don't hang beeves, as far as my knowledge?
Okay.
The Simpson household.
Oh, right. Yeah, I've never seen beef hanging in the Simpson
I don't believe
household.
so. We're putting a bow on season 23. 2 episodes left.
Yep.
Episode 21 is Ned and Edna's Blend Agenda. They're really making me fucking work for that one.
You fucking nailed it, though.
Thank you. I practiced in my car.
Been working on it all day.
Sticking the landing. Begins at the Springfield Community Theater. They're casting. I don't know if there's just the passion play, as always heard the story of JC getting nailed up, bursting through that cave door, coming back with the sickness,
that's
or
what
the
it
wellness.
Says.
I guess
that's what it says on the playbill. JC getting nailed up.
It's real metal, like that death metal font that's hard to read.
It all just looks like a pile of branches. You ever get in on the passion play? You get roped into a passion play?
Oh no, we were always more family friendly. There was we were doing all of our plays in church were ages 12 and under. It's like Jesus helps a kid invent ice cream or something like that. Like
I'd watch that
play. My bowl is empty, mister. Let's see if I can't do something about that. Oh boy, walkie won't.
I for sure was in the passion play every year.
No shit. That's some Catholic stuff. They want you. They want you to really fucking concentrate on the blood and the guts and how bad you are. And
absolutely.
We're making fucking ice cream, baby. We're having fun in the Luther Church. You invented Wally Pops too?
I sure did.
Yeah.
He just flings
He's
them
like
out
Willy
into
Wonka.
the audience.
Got a big silly hat.
Jesus with a big silly hat is very funny to me.
Homie better not be covering up that head of hair. Hey, fucking Jesus had it going on.
Yeah.
Sick flow.
He's got the same hair that you do.
Yeah, right? Yeah.
Same body, too.
He's apparently Northern European, according to the pictures.
Yeah, according to the pictures. He's real white, real cracker-ass Jesus.
I do like most at least make him a dark-haired man. Occasionally you'll see like a painting or something. Jesus like strawberry blonde with blue eyes. Like, holy shit,
what
you guys.
What are we doing, you guys?
What's happening here? Looks like fucking Brad Pitt.
In Interview with the Vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah, we always ended up getting wrapped up in the fucking passion play.
No shit, yeah.
I was told I made a convincing Pontius Pilate.
Oh,
yeah.
I could see you having the gravitas to be a judge.
Yeah, to sit up high on a chair and deliver my lines with some stones.
So I remember that story. Pontius Pilate had no beef with Jesus. He was basically trying to keep the peace.
Yep.
Like, what will make you, whatever the Jewish high lords.
Listen, fuckers, what do you want me to do?
If this will calm you guys down, sure, fucking nail them up. Fucking.
Yeah, fuck it. What do I care?
Yeah.
Literally washes his hands.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So was it your whole church or just the kids?
The kids.
God, you guys are sick. That's a brutal story to have kids reenact. Like,
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't, we didn't do the Mel Gibson
yeah, I'm just
version.
gonna say it's like a snuff film.
Yeah,
like,
was it 4 hours?
the butcher's running out of fucking pig blood to use for it. Guys, you're breaking me here. Like,
You guys have used up all my beads.
like a fucking Guar show. Like, people in the front row got fucking garbage bag hoodies on.
Place a Damagogo.
But yeah, we did. Ours are all very kind and gentle. But fucking, they're rolling with it in Springfield, but it's the whole community. And Homer decides just to fucking, because he just lives by whims. He's like, okay, I guess I'm trying out for Jesus.
Yep.
Which Ned is like, bro. Like,
Come on.
Like, this is for me.
This is my thing.
Yeah, like I've literally been living for this role. But fucking Homer just waddles into it and somehow gets the part.
Yeah.
And I think it's Lisa, because he's just good, something to play, whatever, who cares? And Lisa's like, but you need to like take this seriously. Like the ramifications for you like half-assing playing Jesus getting killed, like the community could hate you. And then and Homer kind of gets paranoid. Like, but we probably get like one of those high-pitched Homer noises, like as he realizes what he's agreed to do.
I think he even asked Lisa why. Does he have a lot of speaking parts?
Yeah, he's in the whole thing.
God damn it, Homer.
Yeah. But fucking Homer commits to the role.
Yeah.
And I think Ned plays a Pharisee.
Yeah.
And then so it's kind of it's a C level role, and he's kind of salty. But through Ned, we kind of watch Homer kind of kill it. Does a pretty damn good job.
Does a good job.
Yep. And Ned, a good man. He's like, you know what, Jesus, forgive me.
I was wrong.
Yeah, I was wrong. While that's going on, they've got Homer up on the cross, and they didn't think about the quality of wood for a man of that build. And as Ned's praying, he gets how fucking bad that would hurt to have a 300-pound man on a cross land on you. Like, Jesus. And again, shocking, not Homer's fault.
No,
Homer
has done nothing wrong
so
yet
crazy.
in this episode.
Yeah, like, which there's so many avenues for him to be wrong. You know, like. So that's when Ned is crushed. I don't know what the medical term is. Like, and they haul his ass to Springfield, the hospital. And it's during this when they're asking, they're checking all of his next of kin type stuff. And that's when Edna bursts in, like, hey, I need to go up. I go, well, I'm his spouse. Yeah. And that catches everyone. Like, what? Because hasn't been revealed yet that they're married.
Yeah.
And then it just turns out that, we eloped months ago.
Yeah. And didn't tell anybody.
Yeah. Because Mrs. Crowell was like, yeah, because you guys are fucking nosy and you ruin everything. Like,
yeah. She's not wrong.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. And we get a great flashback to their wedding. It's a courthouse wedding. And the only people there were Ned's parents, and I had completely forgot that they were a hippie couple.
Yep, the Beatnik parents.
Yeah, Beatnik's the right word. Yeah. Like, they're like, we don't need the court to express our love or something like that. Like, that's too traditional for them, which is such a great, good writing.
Yep, good.
To make Ned's parents so much different than him.
Very good to bring them in and to harken back to them. I thought so too.
And back at the Flanders' household, after seeing how big a duds Rod and Todd are, Mrs. Krabappel takes some advice from Bart, who just says, you got to get those boys out in the real world. They're too much indoor boys.
Yep.
And I love when Krabappel and Bart aren't adversaries.
Yep.
Like, Bart's just hanging out in their window.
Yeah.
Just like
I like when those two get on the same side.
Because I think she goes, finally a real kid.
It's during this scene where Rod and Todd, one of them refers to Edna as cigarette mommy, and the other one refers to her as do-over mommy.
Yeah. Oh my
Holy shit.
Cigarette mommy, so good.
God damn it, that's funny.
The shit that they're doing while her and Bart watch them.
Yeah.
So it's like we love skipping and holding hands.
Especially holding hands with your brother. Oh my God.
The one is far too old to be on a tricycle, but he's on and far too excited about accomplishing it.
And did you notice in that scene where he's like, I'm doing it, and he's riding that tricycle in the living room, there are training wheels on the front wheel of the bicycle.
I didn't notice that. That's even better.
So there are 5 total wheels on that thing, and he still tips it over.
Oh, that's good.
I had to rewind because I was like, wait a minute, there's fucking training wheels on the front of a tricycle.
And I think it's implied that even the youngest one's probably Lisa age, or maybe 7 or 8, somewhere in there.
I think of them as being like, I think that the oldest one is between Bart and Lisa, and the youngest one is younger than Bart.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Or younger than Lisa.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's how I see it anyway. I don't know that we've ever like actually discussed what classes they're in or anything.
So the littlest one's like kindergarten, first grade, and the oldest one's 3rd grade.
Sure, that's how I see it.
Yeah, that adds up.
Who knows?
So she takes Bart's advice and she decides to get kind of more involved in the kids' upbringing. Ned is busy at like a Left-Handers Anonymous type meeting.
Yeah.
Which there's one guy that's going way too hard. Like he basically, it's like, wants to just overthrow right-handed people.
He's the Magneto of the left-handed people.
So it's like, man, we got to live with the righties. It's like living with them is failure.
Yeah. Insanity.
He is the Magneto of left-handed people, which is so great. God, that guy was going, are you even left-handed? We hear during this big fight. Calling out their allegiance. And that's during that. He's like, hey, things are getting out of hand here. Would you be a dear and go to the boys' parent-teacher conference?
Yeah.
And she's like, sure. Like, you know, see what it's like. I want to be the one that leaves.
See how the other half lives.
I want to be the one that leaves a cappuccino cup
on the desk. Yeah.
And she does. And I forget that those boys go to some private church school.
Yeah.
Where like she like pulls down the map. It's like Earth is the center of the universe, and it's like there's like fucking angels,
seraphims. There's angels. Yeah, their science department is not good.
Yeah. And of course, as a real teacher, Mrs. Krabappel is appalled at this, and Edna convinces Ned to pull the boys out and put them in Springfield Elementary. The other thing that's happening, I don't even know, would one be a B story? I'd say maybe the Marge, because that's the next thing. Marge starts setting up a park. She's like, you guys can't get married without some kind of reception.
You got to let us throw you a party.
So Marge begins the process of organizing like a proper marriage reception for the two of them, which becomes a problem because everyone in Springfield, all the nosy moms want to get involved. And it basically just becomes a way for people to bring their own fucking personal crisis.
Yeah.
Like it becomes about them, you know, like, which we get some good laughs.
We do, especially at that party where everybody's fighting.
Oh my God. And then at the party, when the fucking sea captain is hooking up with the fancy business lady.
Yeah.
Like, is her last name Nagel?
Lindsay Nagel.
Yeah, just like, and Marge breaks it up. It's like, no hooking up. And she's like, call me. I like how Nagel's more into it than the sea captain.
Right. And I like that Marge is some fucking hookup cop.
Yeah.
Like, fuck you.
She's trying to keep things very PG.
Cock blocking the poor sea captain.
Oh my God. And then we get, there's a lot of good gags all throughout this. And then that's during this where Ned and Edna, I think it's Ned first witnesses the boys being more, I don't know, like amongst the English or whatever.
Yeah.
And he becomes very rattled by the boys, like kind of sassing him, just the most mild sassing in his head. That's just the devil at work.
Look what public school has done. This is after he has that nightmare about one of them graduating from a liberal college.
Yeah. And he kind of lets Edna have it, like just kind of like, I don't like this, I don't like it. And she's like, hey, you have to, like, are you going to let me be a parent to your kids or not?
Yeah.
And the kids are cool with it. Like they like Edna. They like cigarette mommy.
Do-over mommy.
Yeah. So, and all during this fight, all the nosy wives are recording it, and Marge is trying to break it up, you know, like get in front of their cameras. And
bunch of shit ass people.
Oh my God.
Who pulls out their phone to record a
marital fight,
argument? God damn it.
And I think, does Edna go home with the boys, and then Ned, does he just stay at the Simpsons?
I think so. I think
he stays
at the Simpsons.
I think, and Marge kind of I think Marge's like, hey, you know, just stay here, you know, like, and Ned gives Ned time to think about it, and we flash to the school. There's something about like, because it's a good point. How many lyceums can one school? They're always like school scores are down because we haven't given enough time to study. But here's a story about like doing standardized tests.
Yeah.
And God damn it, the lunch lady's a Scantron.
Yeah.
And the music teacher's a number 2 pencil.
Insane.
That was. I didn't laugh a lot during this episode. I love seeing the Doris being introduced to the stories more. Like,
yeah, me too. And they sing a song that's just the answers to the upcoming
they're
tests.
Just giving the answers out. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
And then like I think someone calls Skin Runs like they still got to write their names in. It's not
so we're not
foolproof.
home yet.
Yeah.
Yep.
So during this, Ned bursts into the Lyceum, and he just basically said, "Mrs. Krabappel or Edna, like I just want to let you know, I trust you. You're the woman I married, and I want you to be a part of the kids' lives."
Yeah.
And fucking pretty wholesome episode.
Very wholesome episode.
Wholesome's the right word for this one. Like, because I've been kind of waiting. Like, is this actually going to become like a long-running thing? But they're fucking married now. Like,
yeah, I guess. I guess we're here.
God, pour one out for Swing and Signal, Edna Krabappel.
I know. It's a sad day.
I'm going to miss her sexual escapades with sushi chefs and parking lots.
That's immediately the first one I thought of, too. Like, we need, like, a in memoriam montage of all of her sexcapades over the seasons.
Yeah, Forever Young playing in the background. Yep. I wonder what it like. Because neither you and I are both childless. What's it like? How long does a parent-teacher conference take? You know, if you're
no
like,
idea.
I got a hunch because like I did good in school as a little kid, but like not great. I wasn't gifted, but I wasn't a trouble. I bet you're in and out quick.
Yeah, it's got to be half-hour tops if there's no issues.
I bet, dude. I think they knock out 20 of them in 2 nights. Mm-hmm. You think of the turnaround time? I bet it's 10 minutes a lot, but I bet it's a greasy wheel gets the grease, or the squeaky wheel gets the grease. The greasy wheel gets the paper towel.
Gets the squeaks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, I think if you're a normal kid, you're in and out real quick. Like,
I bet if you're just a regular old kid, not because there's no business to cover. Yeah, he's doing good.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So what do you want to do now?
Yeah. His handwriting's not good. He doodles too much, but other than that, he's here. He doesn't cause trouble, and he ain't failing. Good job.
Yeah.
Go out, help yourself to one of the terrible cookies in the entryway.
Yeah, grab a fucking donut. Yeah. They're old, but grab one.
I think they used to also do an open house. And I remember coming with like real young, kindergarten, first grade, just being like, as if my mom had never seen the inside of a school. You're not going to believe this shit. Like, there's a basketball hoop inside. Like, she went to school there. Like she went to school in that building. Like,
look at this. Look at all these drawings on the walls.
Desks. There's a kid for each of these. Yeah, there's stuff on the walls. Like,
look at these little chairs, little my size chairs. Look at this, Ma.
Well, were they my size? At that age, I was probably too tall for everything, but
I think I didn't fall apart physically till I was 6, so maybe kindergarten was okay.
Yeah, you're in your physical peak at 5.
It's been all downhill ever since.
But good episode, not great, not super funny, but wholesome.
Yeah,
I like a wholesome one.
Yeah, it was a nice one. It was a nice episode, and we got lots of Edna, so who are we to complain?
Edna and Ned have gotten a lot of L's in their life. They need a W.
Yep. And they got one. This is fine. Totally fine.
Fine's the right word.
Let's see how we wrap it up. We're going to end season 23 with episode 22, Lisa Goes Gaga.
Not going to lie, Marlon. Real trepidation going into this one.
You did. We had talked, I don't know if it was on the podcast or not, but we had talked last week of you being like, I don't know.
Is this Mel Gibson 2.0?
Yep, you were feeling Gibson-y about this one. And I don't like when you get Gibson-y. Yep. We start off with some narration. The Lady Gaga train is going across the country, and I immediately love the Lady Gaga train. This seems like it was a fun episode to draw.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Good call. Yeah.
Like the fucking platform heels on the side that run, and the wig with the giant sunglasses on the front of the train.
The people working inside the train, the outfits and everything.
Yep, the rainbow plume that comes out of the smokestack.
I had a realization while watching this. It started a little bit before this, but I officially was completely detached from popular pop music. I was like, God, I don't know anything about Lady Gaga.
Really?
I mean, she's the meat suit lady. She wears funny clothes.
Oh, yeah. So, you know her from outside of music. Yep.
I can name that Poker Face song, and we're struggling after that. And I know she's a star.
Yeah.
Like, she has multiple songs that normal people know.
Yep. Also, like genuinely talented, can really sing.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Like,
She got kind of Christina Aguilera was a naturally gifted.
Yeah, as time's gone on, she's gotten like further away from the product. Like she's become smaller as far as presentation goes.
Yeah.
Like by the time Joanne came out, which is my favorite record of hers, like she had come down quite a bit from the, like she still has some poppy bangers on that record, but she's got some "This Is Just Me and My Guitar" kind of songs on there too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And can really sing. She's great. I like Lady Gaga.
Yeah.
Always have.
I love people that go for it. She goes for it. There's no suits are sitting around in an executive office in LA like, what we need is someone that'll wear pork chops to a wedding.
Right.
Like that's her being a cuckoo bird. Like,
yeah. And she's still got a little cuckoo bird in her. Like she'll still show up at the fucking Met Gala in a crotchless suit of armor or something, like she's still got a little in there.
Jesus, man, you better eat good the day before you put a suit of armor on. You're going to do some fighting in it. Kind of taking that off. God, they're just shitting in that armor, man. That's gross.
You are, for sure. There's no way you're taking it off, right?
But that's a half an hour job.
You're out there jousting all day.
Yeah. Oh, I shouldn't ate all those dried apricots. I'm regretting my decisions earlier.
Trying to storm this fucking French keep and shat my armor.
What a degrading way to go out.
How did Sir Nathan perish? Oh, well, he was trying to undo his crotch plate so he could take a leak in the trees, and he got lanced in the back of the neck.
Got hit by a giant fireball from a fucking trebuchet.
They thought he was going to try to scale the walls of the keep, so they poured the hot oil on him. Really, he was just trying to piss. He was just looking for a place to piss.
He's not even part of the other guy's team. Like he just lost.
Passing by.
Yeah. Couldn't find a public restroom.
So we got the Lady Gaga train. A lot of this episode is visual gags. I couldn't write down all of them. So just know that anytime Lady Gaga or her train is on screen, something Looney Tunes is happening.
It's a very silly episode.
Yep, very. She's got kind of a Wonka vibe to her almost.
Yep.
She's determined to just cheer everyone up. This is like her goal in life, is to make people happy. So that's what she's doing. Lisa, in the meantime, they're at Elysium having the school awards.
Yeah.
The kids vote on the most and least popular.
That's Bart wins best prankster.
Yep. He wins best prank. And then Lisa wins least popular
Unreal
student. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I don't remember who it is, but someone tells her, like, oh, just go up and accept it or it'll be even harder on you.
It's Skinner.
Skinner, yeah. And she goes up there and accepts the award and is like, thanks, I guess.
Thanks for thinking of me.
Yeah. And the whole Lyceum, like, just dog piles on her and then get the shitty twins going. I can't believe she actually went up there and accepted it. Like...
When Lisa looks back at Skinner's like, I don't actually, truth be told, I don't know anything about children.
I don't understand children. Yep. Unbelievable.
Fucking asshole.
Holy shit. Lisa, devastated.
Yeah.
Because Lisa, like, most of the time doesn't care about this kind of thing, but also she absolutely cares about this kind of thing.
Especially at this level of it. Like, Jesus.
Unbelievable. And then she's on the school message board, which can't be a good idea for any school to have.
But, Jesus, right? Think of that, yeah.
There's an anonymous poster on there who's defending Lisa. Like, hey, man, we should all leave Lisa alone. She's smart and she's great and she's why are we judging her? She's nice to everybody. And it's you assume this is Milhouse because he's the one who brought it to her attention.
I was thinking Milhouse or Marge.
Oh, sure, I could have seen that too. Yep. I figured it wasn't going to be Milhouse because they bring up, it was probably Milhouse. I'm like, that's a little telegraphy. So that puts a little pep back in Lisa's step, and she gets off the school bus, and there's kids at school being like, oh, it sounds like you have somebody who actually, we've rethought it, and you know what? You are cool, and we want to hang out. Do you want to play fucking jump rope, whatever? And Lisa's like, okay, so this is going to be fine. And as she's going off, she drops her notebook, which Bart picks up and starts flipping through it, and it's the comments and upcoming ones from that anonymous message board poster. Lisa is the one who was talking nicely about herself on the internet.
Just the worst thing that could have happened to you in that scenario.
You fucked up, Lisa.
Yep,
right? Frankly, you fucked up.
Yep.
Like that. Like, I don't want to dogpile on Lisa, but that's a pretty pitiful thing to do. And now you fucked up. You don't take that notebook to school.
Yep. Oh, good call. Why?
What are you doing?
Yep.
Rookie of the fucking Bush League.
Yeah.
So Lisa devastated. Lisa is just catatonic, miserable, and Lady Gaga gets a vision of sad Lisa and is like, we're going to Springfield, no matter how much everyone around her tries to talk her out of it. Like, please, no, don't make us go to Springfield. Lisa just wants to be left alone. She's like, you get people trying to cheer her up, Homer, other family members. No one can pull her out of this fucking nosedive. And to her credit, she just wants to be left alone.
Yep.
Just leave her alone. She'll figure this out.
Yeah. When Homer's like tipping her upside down.
Oh,
like,
my God. That's a fun bit. Like, turn your frown upside down, but it's not a frown. It's an indifferent line.
It's a look of resignation.
Your resignation. There we go.
You're right. It does look the same.
Yeah, he's just grabbing her and turning her upside down a bunch of times. Homer word has gotten out that Lady Gaga is coming to town, and we're going to take Lisa to go see Lady Gaga. That'll cheer you up. Gaga comes out of her train, and it's ridiculous. The fucking train car transformers into a stage, and she, like, sings a song about how cool you are no matter what everybody else says. This, I think, is a little weird because when I think of this type of song, I think Katy Perry. I don't think Lady Gaga.
Interesting.
To me, Katy Perry sings this kind of song.
Yeah.
Like Firework, you know, shit
that
like
makes sense.
that. Like, that's Katy Perry. So I thought there was a little dissonance of why is Lady Gaga singing this? Because, like, that's who Bo Burnham's making fun of in that one special with that Kill Yourself song that's real peppy. That's a Katy Perry song that he's making fun of. So, yeah, I thought that was a little anachronist.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Nice word pull.
Thank you. Yeah. It took me a second, but I
saw
got
those gears turning.
Yep.
Those vocab gears.
It went so smooth that we're still talking about it 12 seconds later. So Gaga performs. She's like hooked up to a wire flying above everybody and fucking rainbows and glitter flying all over the place.
Cone bra that can shoot things.
Yep, she has cone bra fireworks, which didn't Madonna have those? Wasn't that her thing, the cone bra?
Just the cone bra, definitely, yeah.
No fireworks?
No fireworks, yeah. She didn't get pyro involved.
Well, she fucked up.
Yeah, you gotta take it to that next level.
And Gaga kind of wraps up and she's like, okay, no, we got it. That everyone should be happy, but I like that she has like
spider sense,
yeah. But it maybe hurts her. She's like, someone is still not having fun.
Yeah,
it's very fun. And she singles out Lisa. She's like, you little girl, and Lisa just wants to be left alone.
Oh my God, yeah.
And
put the spotlights on her.
Yeah, Gaga's like, guys, put the spotlights on that girl who doesn't want to be noticed.
Oh my God.
So fucking funny. And Gaga like disappears in a cloud of smoke and then is next to Lisa out in the audience with a hoodie up, like, come on, let's get out of here. So they go back to back to the Simpson house, and they're hanging out in Lisa's room. Fucking Lady Gaga is scrolling through that message board where everyone's really letting Lisa have it now that they found out that she's the one who was defending herself anonymously.
And Lisa's lying face first into the bed, just like a fucking, like she's doing a plank but on her face.
Yep, just
like
face down, arms at her side.
Just wants to be left alone.
Did you catch any of those fucking message boards?
Her teacher? guess you're not that smart. Like, Jesus.
My favorite was from Millhouse, which is you pulled a real me.
Oh, yeah.
Holy
that was
shit.
good. Yeah.
If even Millhouse is dunking on Lisa, you know Lisa fucked up. You pulled a real me is pretty great. Lady Gaga, she continues to just kind of be vapid positivity.
Yep.
Like, I like this episode quite a bit because I like this character where she's just, no, you just be happy.
Yeah.
And, like, that's not how it works.
You're special and unique. You know, like,
this feels like Lady Gaga is a vehicle for pop music as a whole of this type.
Of that
especially,
era,
like
maybe,
I said,
too.
Katy
Yeah.
Perry in particular. But like since Gaga voiced herself, she's clearly in on the joke, so I'm pretty into that.
We get a flash mob, which is something I'd kind of forgotten it was a part of popular culture.
I had forgotten flash mobs were a real thing too. Yeah,
Timing wise is right. Early teens.
Yep. 2011, I think, or we're into 2012 by the time this aired. But yes, flash mob's definitely a thing. She just keeps trying to cheer her up the whole time, and it's just not working. I have a note here. I watched these a few days ago. Does Lady Gaga kiss Marge and then Homer and her all bang?
Yeah, or no, Homer and Marge bang.
Oh, there we go. Yes, that is what it was.
Yeah.
I was like, what is this note? Certainly that didn't happen.
Yeah.
Lisa finally like snaps and fucking claps back at Lady Gaga about
in front of everyone.
Yeah, in front of everybody. Just fucking lays into her. Like, listen, you can't just be happy all the time. Sometimes you're sad and that's okay, and like but like just bombarding people with positivity doesn't help anything. Like fucking goes off on Lady Gaga.
Makes her cry.
Yeah, makes Lady Gaga cry diamonds. She cries tiny diamonds.
Are you crying gold dust? What's little diamonds? It's excruciating.
It's excruciating.
It would be. It'd be like crying kidney stones.
Oh, God. Yeah, that was a fun bit. Yeah. That's the thing. This episode is filled with that kind of shit. Like those little visual gags of, Lady Gaga cries diamonds, or anything on the train is always ridiculous. Like, it's a very fun episode to look at.
Yeah.
Lisa goes home and kind of just takes stock and then realizes all I needed to do was to get that out, and now I feel better. Yeah. So, I do need to go thank Lady Gaga for that.
Yeah.
So she runs to Lady Gaga's train and is like, basically says that, I clearly needed to get all that out, and you are the one that got me to do that, so thanks. And they're together and happy, and they sing a song, and then fucking... After the song wraps up, Mo comes running up to the back of the train and is just like, hey, what about me?
I'm miserable.
I could use some self-esteem boost. And Gaga is just like, I'm not that good. And just shrugs him off and walks away.
And he's accepting it. Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. Totally. I get it. Yeah. And he walks 3 steps and gets hit by a fucking train.
There's a great earlier line when she's addressing the masses, how you're all my special unique monsters, and fucking Mo's like, actually I'm half monster, half Armenian.
Yeah. Which I never would have thought of Mo as Armenian. That would have never crossed my mind. I like that episode.
Far better than I would have assumed.
Yeah, I like Lady Gaga, so I was already more on board than you were, but the fact that they turn it into just this fucking visual fest of just joke after joke of fun drawings, the fucking design of that train made me smile every time it came on screen. Just this pink and magenta train with giant rotating platform shoes. It was fun.
Has sunglasses on it.
Sunglasses and her wig.
Yeah.
And there's a joke earlier where she's wearing the meat suit and Homer's plucking meat off the back of her, and she has to be like, hey, stop it.
So part of that was me.
Yeah, part of that was me. That's
a little too grabby.
Funny. Yeah, that was a fun one. I like that one a lot.
Now we're into a new season. Season 24.
Hell yeah.
Look at that. We are 24, almost a quarter of a century into this show.
Unbelievable.
Oh, my goodness. Debuted September 2012. Where was a young Marlin?
I'm DJing at the strip club. I've been there for a couple years now. 2 years in, I'm probably still enjoying it.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, that job had a good up climb and then a short plateau and then fell off a cliff as far as enjoyment goes.
Interesting.
But as of now, 2012, I'm digging it. I'm still enjoying myself and not doing a ton else otherwise.
Yeah.
Like when you're on that schedule, you don't see a lot of other friends.
I was in the same boat working nights. Instead of making good money, I was working a soulless customer service job where
Fun.
I probably made $15 an hour. And you're right. Like one thing you tell us, we get through this, we're out of our childhood, so there's less big life events.
Exactly.
It's like, what were you doing? I don't know. I was 32. I was just living. I was existing. I was paying my bills.
I don't know. I was working, taking big soft dumps. I don't know. I didn't have a lot going on. We're not there yet. But we're creeping up. We're getting closer to when I did my first open mic.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That would be getting close for you.
Yeah, we're getting there.
Just like with our lives, television in 2012, pretty uneventful.
Yeah. We're just working, taking soft dumps.
I hope we're not at a point where the Simpsons, the shows we got to get a few more goofy curveballs in there, but I think we're going to get a lot of Bob's Burgers, Family Guy, American Dad, Cleveland Show. Eventually, the Cleveland Show will dissipate.
That'll fall off, yeah.
It's a lot of the same. And, I always like to look through what happened on all network TV. Shows of note that debuted in that same fall, only things I could see of was Vegas, and the reason that's of any note is it featured North Dakota's sweetheart, Josh Duhamel.
I didn't know he was on that show.
Yeah, I think that was the show that might have... That and Win a Date with Tad Hamilton were the two vehicles that brought him into the spotlight.
James Caan in Vegas
James
also?
Caan, Vanessa Marcel, I think her name was.
I've never seen it, but that's one of those shows that ran on TNT or something for
it got
8 years, and I never knew it.
Someone syndicated that quickly.
Yeah.
And I don't know, probably ran 5 seasons if I had to guess. But it was successful. And Josh Duhamel, one of the few North Dakota celebrities, period, but one of even the very fewer North Dakota celebrities that actually isn't ashamed. He leans to the point now he is our pitch man.
Yeah, he's the North Dakota tourism guy. Yeah, he's on everything.
All the other ones, a lot of them were either indifferent to it or outright denied it. Angie Dickinson did not like telling people she's from North Dakota, which probably very few people on this podcast know who Angie Dickinson. She was policewoman. She was in a handful of other movies in the 60s and 70s.
I don't think I know her.
Yep. Phil Jackson, North Dakotan.
Phil Jackson.
Yeah.
Yep.
Always was a UND grad, but refused to ever do the commencement speech as long as they had the Fight and Sioux logo.
From Williston?
That's somewhere out in that real, I was say real rural area, which everyone's like, isn't the whole state rural?
Outside of Fargo?
But,
yes.
Yeah. It gets more rural when you get west. And another show that debuted that year, I don't know if it's still on or how, I don't think it could still be on, but Arrow debuted on the CW.
Oh, it was Stephen Amell.
And as far as I can tell, this must have been the beginning of the CW becoming the place for superhero TV shows.
Yeah, they're in bed with WB, who own DC. Yep. So
that seems like, I bet this was around the time that wave started.
I remember hearing at the time that show was good. I never did. I think I watched most of the first season, and I was like, yeah, this is fine.
Yeah.
My issue, it has the same problem I have with every CW show, which is every person on the CW is the most attractive person you've ever seen.
Everyone's 22 and hot.
Exactly. Yeah. There is no such thing as an Uggo on the CW.
Yeah. Fucking Kingpin's got abs. Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. And looking at the shows that were canceled, the only banger, and again, it doesn't seem like it's that culturally important because it was a fucking retread, but it was CSI Miami. This is the first time in a long time that show wasn't on the air.
That went off, huh?
Yeah.
Caruso?
Yeah, that was the Caruso one. I was shocked. I would have assumed that show made it longer.
Yeah. Honestly, if you'd asked me 5 minutes ago, I'd have told you that show's probably
Still on the air. Oh, because CBS has so many procedurals that all blend together.
Yeah, they're all the same. I think the new one of those, like the new network, I don't know what you want to call it,
Bell
trend.
cow.
Like it's like first responder porn. So it's like Chicago 911 and Chicago Fire and
that is a thing. There's a lot of that.
Milwaukee Municipal Waste Department or whatever. It's just city and public service department.
Somebody let the branch pile on fire again.
God damn it. This week on an all new episode of Madison, Wisconsin Library.
Yeah. All the cards fell in the Dewey Decimal tray.
No.
God, that'd be a chore.
Yeah, it would.
Simpsons are starting season off 24 with an episode titled Moonshine River. I'm going to play on Moon River. We had a Moon River reference early in the show where it turned out that Nelson was a Andy Williams fan.
Oh, right. The boys go to Gatlinburg in that episode?
That's
Is that
where
it?
they go.
God damn it.
Episode starts with a very weird butterfly couch gag.
Yes.
It kind of goes on a while.
It's a long one.
It's a good one, but yeah, it's definitely unique.
I had no beef with it.
No. Episode starts at a school dance where Bart is razzing Lisa for dancing with Milhouse. Really laying it in. There's a part where, like, I think Bart maybe dips, or Milhouse dips Lisa, like his inhaler, and like a mechanical pencil fall out of his pocket. He calls it a geek leak.
A geek leak. That's extremely funny.
And Lisa, not thrilled to be there with Bart or with Milhouse, finally is like, "You're here with nobody." You're like, and like he panics and dances with Mrs. Krabappel.
Yeah.
Which that's a sign of failure.
Yeah.
When you're getting pity dances from your teacher.
He didn't do well. Did you catch the name of the band here?
Oh, I did not.
It's not. I wanted it to be.
Yeah, the Davis Experience.
I really wanted it to be.
Yeah.
But it's Scab Calloway and his non-union band.
Which a great band for a bunch of 10-year-olds
That's
in
very
2012.
funny.
Yeah.
Scab Calloway.
So Bart is now down in the dumps after realizing that girls never want to stick with him because he's had a few. We've seen multiple episodes that are based around him having a crush.
Yep. And we see them all here, too.
And Bart goes and visits all of his exes, and none of them want anything to do with him. It was fun seeing some of those old characters, some of which I recognized, some of which I didn't.
Yeah, there were a couple I didn't recognize, but they all, like, I looked up after the fact, they all voiced themselves. So,
No
like, they got
kidding.
all those, and each one of those is, like, a prominent actress who was, one of his crushes.
We got the one that was his neighbor. I think she's, like, in jail now.
Yeah.
Like the neighbor girl.
Yeah.
With the single mom. We got the Sarah Silverman, I believe, voiced
the crazy one,
unstable one
with the cat on her shirt.
I love you. I hate you. Get away from me. Like,
yeah, Natalie Portman is in there as Darcy.
which one is that?
Anne Hathaway is Jenny.
What were can you think of the backstories for either of those two? Yeah,
I can't.
I can't. There's
been a lot of them.
Yeah, that's got to be a 6-pack of those episodes, I bet.
Yeah.
So Bart is dismayed by this. But I think Milhouse is now kind of helping him on this quest as they go house to house. And it dawns on them that the only one that he knows of that didn't hate him was Mary.
Mary Spuckler.
Mary Spuckler, daughter of Cletus. And what's the wife's name?
Brandine.
Brandine and Cletus.
For whatever reason, Brandine will never stick in your head.
Yep. Cletus and Brandine Speckler. They go to the Speckler farm. Spuckler, pardon me. The Spuckler farm. But it turns out that she ran away. We get a lot of good visual gags here because anytime we're at Cletus's, it's good. And he's like, well, we have no idea where she is. And they're bummed, or Bart's bummed. And that's when the Spuckler kid with the eye patch comes out. And he's like, hey, I know where she went. She went to New York City. Here's the address. It's like, thank you. He's like, no problem. He just jumps in the open hood of a dilapidated pickup, closes it, and the pickup just rolls backwards into a slough and sinks. You know that boy's name? What's that? W. Oh, yeah. There you go. W. Spuckler. Yeah. Oh, my God. That's anytime when you get deep into the Spuckler farm, it's good. It's good laughs. Yeah. Cletus provides good humor, he and his clan. Yeah. And he makes an appearance later. We're not done with the Spucklers yet. So Bart now is just determined they got to get to New York City at all costs to go find Mary. And he talks to Marge and Homer, and all like, we don't have money for this, we don't have money for that, but it just Homer's like whim for fun takes over.
Yeah.
Like, or the last time we were there, and he had a good time. So, and Marge not against taking a trip. God knows they don't. They go on trips all the time for a family that's apparently always on the verge of homelessness.
Yeah.
So now we get Simpsons Return to New York City, Part 2. Homer and Bart go looking for Mary. They do find her. It turns out that Mary has moved to the Big Apple to be a writer on Saturday Night Live.
And she is.
She's like, right away, she tells him she's a performer. And then she's like, I'm sorry, I lied. I'm actually a writer with a performing option.
Yeah.
Like that's shameful,
Yeah,
Like,
I'm sorry. Yeah.
which was good. And they figured out a way to lose Homer. So Bart and Mary are able to kind of just walk through the city, and they kind of hit.
Figure out a way to lose him. An air conditioner falls on his head.
Oh, the other thing is they climb later on. They climb stairs.
Oh yeah,
they know
he
can't climb one flight of stairs.
Literally 12 stairs. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that air conditioning brains him. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And like he doesn't even drop to a knee. I don't think that's Jesus. You're in shape, man.
I mean, that one episode he made a boxing career out of his ability to take punishment. Yeah. So
he can get concussed with the best of them. We get a good gauge where he thinks like the lamppost is Bart. He starts choking it like with your fluted neck. During all this time, Lisa and Marge are trying to find high culture, but on a pauper's budget.
Yeah.
So we get a good gig of them trying to like get Broadway tickets for whatever cash. And it's just like, no, you get to do this. You have to be behind a pole. You can't sit.
Yeah.
At least we could tell people we went there. Well, you can't tell anyone.
Right.
Let's give me a break.
I love that that's part of the deal.
Yeah, that was a good gag. So they're on the hunt. They eventually attend an off-Broadway production of Romeo and Juliet, but the cast quits seconds before showtime because it's like one family is portrayed by all the Baldwin brothers, and the other one is the Sheen Estevez, two sons and a father, and they can't make it work. Everyone leaves dejected, and that's when Lisa's like, "We made it this far. How about we like put something together ourselves?" Hell of a thing to do, like.
Yeah. Oh, we, the audience, will do Romeo and Juliet, I guess.
And by God, they do.
Yeah.
And I love it, too. It's like, it goes, how the fuck is this thing? Only in Simpsons, they pull it off. They perform Romeo and Juliet, and it's apparently pretty good, but that's when the cops show up. And it's nothing but pepper spray and fire hoses. That's like give him that classic New York welcome.
Yeah.
Like,
fire hose the shit out of Shakespeare in the Park.
Yeah, that was pretty good. So Bart and Mary are hitting it off, but things go awry. Kind of, I don't know, out of nowhere when Cletus just shows up to take Mary back home.
Yeah.
Wearing a Sunday best, which I appreciate. I like a dressed up Cletus.
Yeah.
Don't see that too often.
Shined up Cletus is pretty fun to see.
Mary tells her dad, okay, I'll go back to the hauler or whatever they call where they're from. But you could tell that she has a plan. And as soon as the coast is clear, she makes a run for it and gets on a train. And Bart chases after her, and they kind of get to have a moment. And Bart's pretty crestfallen. She's like, she says something like, if you meet a woman who wants to change you, let them. You have like two very glaring flaws. But other than that, you're pretty all right, which I thought was nice. It was kind of a sweet and sad moment. And they leave to go back to New York City. They're on the train. Bart is very sad, and that's when Cletus notices it. It's like, you really miss her, don't you? He's like, well, here's a picture of her. That fucking picture with like 17 kids in their junkyard of a front yard. And he's like, she's in section 4D.
Yeah.
Like, I think his tear hits her. And you look at, there are 21 people in that picture.
Yeah.
So that was a good gag. And then that pretty much wraps it up. They're leaving as a family. But the episode is not done, Marlon.
Weird.
Yeah. Episode, now it just cuts to the Simpsons on the couch, as we know the Simpsons on the couch.
Yeah.
And they're like, hey, America, tell us your ideas for a couch gag. And go to Simpsons.com, click on this, and whoever has the best idea, we're going to make a couch gag of that idea. And we get a gag. It's like, well, they certainly won't have the rights to it, will they? It's like, Like, it's like, how is something like this going to work? Are they gonna get paid? And then fade to black. It reminds me of 2 seasons ago when in the final episode, do you want Edna and Ned to come to the website and vote? You know, like, it's always jarring.
Yeah. Yes. It's very weird, especially watching it so long after the fact, you know, because you're like, oh, this thing from 10 years ago. Okay. But apparently that's the thing they decided to do. We'll see. I wonder, I'm sure they'll draw attention to it when they do it.
Yeah. Oh, good call. Good call. They'll have to in some way.
I'm sure. Yeah. Even if they just do, I bet they only do like one, and it's probably next season.
Yep.
And they probably make a big deal out of it.
A theme in the 3 that we've watched so far, none of them overly funny. They're not bad laugh-wise, but not great. But still, I'm into it. I've enjoyed them so far. They're good stories. A little more depth, like a little more poignancy than a lot of these episodes have.
Yeah, I feel like we're 3 in a row of like, oh, there's poignancy being the right word. There were some jokes in this one that I liked, like when fucking Bart is sitting around and it's before he goes and visits all the exes, when he's sitting around just sad, and Homer comes in with the microwave under an arm and a popcorn, and he's just like, I'm off to the bathroom, I'm going to take a popcorn bath. That's a thing I saw on TV in my dream.
Yeah. Oh my
Unbelievable.
God. It's like when he's explaining relations, you just got to keep things fresh and interesting. You hear Marge, where's the microwave? Like, how mad would you be if you were cooking something and the microwave was just gone?
Yep. And then when they get to New York, we get some like sight gags of New York. One of which being a huge Times Square advertisement for the Canyon Arrow hybrid.
Yeah, that was good.
I liked that. And in that same scene, Homer's like looking around like, oh my gosh, New York City, here we are. Look at this. This is where Fievel landed.
Yeah.
I was like, as somebody who loves the American tale.
At least like, so what are you like? It's like he was a mouse, and and then he had kids, and they had kids, and they became us.
Yeah,
like,
that's how he thinks that works.
And what a good reference for a 40-something-year-old man to make.
Yep. God, I love American Tail and Fievel Goes West. Those are both so good.
Those are good.
And then maybe my favorite laugh of the whole episode was when they're going so before they cancel Shakespeare in the Park and it looks like it's going to happen and the crowd is in that amphitheater and you got guys walking around with like, rather than hot dogs, it's like masks and props and shit.
Yeah.
And one guy, so he's calling and a guy goes, hey, I'll take a cuckold's horn.
Yeah.
And he throws it to him. It's like a headband with the horns on it.
Like you'd see like a sexy devil costume.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, and the guy catches him. Oh, thanks. And he sits down, puts on the cuckold's horns, and his wife just like snaps to attention and starts making out with the guy next to her.
And and he's like, they work. He's all excited, you know.
Holy shit.
How quickly that happens. Like the timing is so important.
I thought that was an outstanding joke.
Yeah, that was good.
Because for me anyway, I don't think that word had entered our lexicon the way it has now.
Yeah.
So the fact that they made that joke, and I know that's an old Shakespearean word, but the fact that it came up here 10 years ago, I was like, oh, that sounds right. We're about 10 years behind everything else.
I think I first remember, I had to look that word up. It's used in a Wes Anderson movie because Bill Murray's character's wife is cheating on him. And it's like, she's made a cuckold of me. And I was like, what the fuck does that mean? One of the other things getting sold, like by the peanut vendors, is like the neck ruffle thing that they wore in the Shakespearean era.
Yeah, that's fun. Yeah, I thought there were a handful of good gags that I liked, and like you said, a poignant episode as a whole. Zooey Deschanel is Mary Spuckler once again.
Good call.
So,
yep.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun to see all those girls again. I had forgotten how many times we've done Bart with a girl episodes, but yeah, it was fun. Episode 2 of season 24, there's too many numbers here, is Treehouse of Horror 23. We get an intro from the Mayans back in the Mayan times. Period of history I don't know anything about, and geography, and like I don't know shit about South America. or Central America.
I was just talking to the Mayans with one of our mutual friends, and they explained to me where they're at, and it went in one ear, out the other.
Yeah, gone.
Yeah.
You can't bring anything to the table
South
either.
of Texas, north of the pole, or south of Antarctica. Somewhere in there.
Does this have anything to do with that Mel Gibson movie you like, or hadn't this come out yet?
It's similar, very similar. Yeah, yeah. That movie's like late aughts. That movie's like 07, 08. So
okay.
What I think spurred this was the time of
2012, the end of the world.
The Mayan calendar says we're all going to get cheesed.
Yeah, that who's that director that makes the Doomsday movies?
Roland Emmerich.
Roland Emmerich made 2012. That came out this year.
Fuck you, Mayans. We're still here. We're still standing.
Suck it, Mayans.
Come at us again.
Fuck your pyramids.
Yeah, stupid.
Or, boy, I wish you'd have had the math right because it's been rough ever since.
Yeah. It ain't going uphill anymore. We're starting the descent is upon us.
Yeah. The gag we get here with the Mayans is fun, though, of like the tribunal deciding that they need to sacrifice somebody, and it's supposed to be Homer, but Marge likes him, so she dupes Moe into putting his head in the chopping block instead.
How she words it, like, before we make love, would you mind putting a bag over your head? And he's just like, is there any other way? Like, God damn it, Moe.
And like, so he's blindfolded essentially, and she puts his head down in the stock, and he's like, okay, make it hurt. Like, he's super into.
Yeah, I like it rough.
Yeah, he's super into this. And they cut off his head and it goes rolling down the fucking pyramid. I bet I've heard those things are a sight to behold. The fucking Mayan and Aztec pyramids.
I always think with shit like that, the amount of man hours to build things like that before they didn't have horses.
Yeah.
They didn't have any draft animal, let alone a vehicle.
Yeah.
Think of they took a lot of slaves. They raided the little neighboring villages.
The amount of suffering that goes into all of the wonders of the world.
Yeah, just endless stuff. But I think now scientists or archaeologists have found that like the Egyptian pyramids weren't made by slaves because it was considered such an honor to build them.
Work on it.
Yeah, like it could never be trusted to the slaves. It was like their version of a middle class. Like if you were asked to do it, it was an honor. Like, of course I will sacrifice my strongest son to build these things.
So the upper class has been duping the middle class into giving everything for them. It's just a human thing, not an American thing.
Yeah, and that's good to know.
Good. It's
Perfect.
just in our nature.
Yep.
Oh, boy. You know the drill. 3 spooky stories. The first one out the gate is the greatest story ever hold.
That's a good name.
And this would have been about this time also, and I had forgotten that this was a thing. We built a Great Hadron Collider.
The large hard-on collider.
Is that your stage name?
Yeah, that's my prog metal band. I remember when this was going around, some scientists, and not just cuckoo birds, like some like don't fuck and do this.
Yeah, you're gonna end the world.
Like, how insane.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you hear a noise that you can't even comprehend. You look to the horizon and everything's just getting sucked in. All the atmosphere, everything, until all of a sudden you're just sucked into a light speed wave and you disintegrate. Like, there's scientists that thought that was
metal.
Awesome. That is also metal.
Yep.
Nothing's more metal than the Large Hard-On Collider.
I never understood, like this was one where it was like, the science is so beyond me that I'm just going to assume you guys know what you're doing.
Yep.
Like, okay, you can try to explain to me what you're trying to prove or whatever.
The Higgs boson particle is that they were kind of like trying to isolate it.
God particle. Yeah.
Also metal.
Yep.
The God fucking... Large Hard-On Collider presents the God particle. Jesus. That's a rock opera.
So they built one of these things and they're firing it up and nothing happens. There's a group of townsfolk there to watch the thing.
Gotta be Professor Frink running the show.
Yep. And nothing happens. Everyone's just disgruntled and leaves. One of them, I think it's Lenny, says, that money could have been used for a war.
Yeah. That's good.
It's very funny. Yeah. But it didn't do nothing. It created a tiny miniature black hole.
Baseball size, I had to explain it.
Maybe smaller, but
right away, you're
tiny.
right. A little smaller,
It's
yeah.
tiny.
Plum-sized.
Yeah, and Lisa has it, takes it back to the basement because she's there still for some reason.
She, feeds it a long twig, and that almost works like a leash.
Yeah, puts a twig halfway in it. Yeah. I love how it looks.
The animation.
Yeah, it distorts everything around it in a way. Yeah. So that was fun. She takes it back to her basement like it's a fucking stray pet. Homer even sticks his head down the stairs. What do you have down there? Better not be a stray dog. And she's like, "No, it's not. It's a miniature black hole."
She's like, "No, it's not. It might be worse than that. It's a 2 stray dogs."
That's right.
It's like it's like, oh, that's what I thought. You were gonna say 3 stray dogs.
So
I like the idea of your kid bringing home multiple dogs, just a basement of screaming dogs that you're not familiar with. What a thing to deal with.
Oh my God. You think it's still a worry today of a kid bringing home a stray? Because that's like a trope. That's a thing.
Yeah, I just think nowadays we've got especially in fucking, more up middle class and rich neighborhoods. Everyone's so on point with their pets. No one has strays because everything's neutered. You know what I mean? You got to get rural to get just random ass dogs.
Yeah, that's true. We've seen it. We've seen stray dogs in rural comedy shows.
Yeah. How often do you see one in Fargo? Just a dog that lives on the street. That ain't a thing.
No, you'll occasionally see a dog that clearly got out of its yard or something.
Growing up, we had crick dogs. There's 2 crick dogs.
Crick dogs.
No collars, no nothing. They were kind of skittish, but they weren't mean. Once they warmed up to you, they were okay. But they were just dogs. What the fuck? Man, little kid time is hard to I could have swore those dogs were around for a couple summers. A long winter to make it as a stray, but fuck, you find a barn or something. I bet.
Yeah, I suppose
some farmer takes pity on you and feeds you.
Yeah. Stray cats you see in town all the time.
Do you?
Yeah.
I probably don't have my eyes open for cats.
Okay.
But do you have any buddies that just let their cats out? Which I know was frowned upon. I got friends cats. They want to be out doing shit too.
Yeah, I know that's a thing.
Yeah.
I don't let my cat outside. I know I have a friend who puts a harness on the cat so it can go on walks, takes it outside.
I have a friend that him and his wife, when they get hungry, they come in. You'll be just sitting at the coffee or at the kitchen table. All of a sudden, there's a pat at the screen door at the big walk-in, so they can smack the screen. Then they just come in, bebop in. What have these fuckers been up to all day? And they says 3 days will pass. Fucking cat will just fucking come back. Fucking.
Huh. I don't have that in me. I'd be too terrified it's going to get hit by a car.
Yeah. He's got enough country farm, there's more cats.
Right. He cares less about his cat than I do about my cat.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Okay. And you look as you see how much real estate in this apartment is dedicated to cat toys.
Yeah, you're not you ain't got a tiara for it or anything, you're a normal modern cat owner,
right. Yes.
You also grew up rural enough to know there was a time when there's still a time in some families where cats are a fungible resource. There can always be more cats.
Yeah.
The cat population is ever expanding.
Yeah, we're not living in a shortage.
Yeah.
The cat market is a bull market all the time. So the black hole is getting bigger, and Lisa implores everyone to don't put anything in it because it could get bigger and unstable and end the universe. But it just keeps getting bigger somehow, and we find out it's because Homer has been letting town folks use it for trash by giving him money. So they give him a little money so they can throw their garbage in the black hole.
Billboard for it.
Yeah, unbelievable. And of course, this was all headed this way anyway. It gets unstable and gets too big, and it pulls in the whole town.
Yeah.
Fun animation.
Yeah, that's my one main note. The animation of this. The story was fine, but the animation was so good.
Yep, they did. Had a lot of fun with the black hole. I think the only person who doesn't get sucked in is Maggie because it pulls her pacifier and that gets stuck in the black hole
and it starts sucking
and it makes Maggie noises and goes floating away.
Yeah, into the distance. Yep. So Maggie's last woman in it on Earth right now.
Yeah, which poor Maggie is alone.
Right?
What the fuck?
She's a baby.
This is fucked up. And then we get to the other side of the black hole, and these aliens are welcoming them, and they've built their entire society around the trash that they have all thrown away.
We have your favorite magazine, like Labor Day mattress explosion.
Yeah.
A flyer from a newspaper.
Yeah, so now the whole town is over there on this other side of the black hole with all their stuff they've thrown away.
Your finest food, the banana peel.
Yeah, I like that the aliens are so reverent of them. Like, oh, welcome.
Yeah.
We have all of your stuff. Thank you so much. That's fun.
I have to go back to the stray cat, stray dog.
Okay.
Let's get a little blue, but we get a little blue on here.
Oh, boy.
We're adults.
Not us, no.
Growing up in a lower class neighborhood at a trailer park, I saw stray dogs, not even stray, just rando dogs, casually fucking all the time. I've never seen two cats fuck. I have seen 75 dog hard-ons. The idea of a cat with a hard-on terrifies me. If a cat with that'd be like a grown man that you just bursted into your house with a boner. Like I can't even picture what it would look like. I mean, I got a rough idea, but you're like a dog with a red rocket, everyone laughs at. A cat with a boner means business. I don't like that. Like, fuck, get that thing out of here. Like, he's like, dress someone down in public for not getting their cat fixed. What the fuck is wrong with you? You just sell kittens? What are they worth? Are they even worth your gas money? Who the fuck's paying top dollar for kittens? Idiots. Jeez, that's just distasteful. God.
You got to fix your pets.
Yeah.
You got to get them fixed.
God. But watching cats fuck has got to be just like no laughter, no joy. Like you see two dogs, look at them, they're enjoying a nice day. You know, like dude, it's like, oh God, get a room. Sick. I don't like that because cats are so emotionless. They're not. Dogs literally the big pant and like A dog getting laid's like your dopey friend fight. Good for him. He don't mean no harm. A cat fucking's like your enemy fucking. Like God, I'm not even thinking about when they do it. Just two emotionless faces. God damn it, I don't like that one bit.
I love how disturbed you
man,
are.
it's bugging me. I don't like
the idea of cat sex.
Yeah, my brain blacked it out even as a kid. Like, ugh, fuck, no, that's bad. Jesus, yeah. The Catholics are on to something. We shouldn't want that. Like, fucking in any form. It's all bad. Oh,
that's what I was always taught.
Yeah, let's show you those videos. Just two stray cats fucking looking into the camera. I don't even have fun. Oh, we might have to pause this. I'm gonna take a knee
disturbed.
here. Yeah. Like, you seem to be into it, I guess, which is good. We're getting yin and yang.
I'm loving how bothered you are by it. I love that the idea of a cat with an erection is you just like,
I don't even like those words. Damn it. Because like a dog, I mean, no one's like fucking like psyched about, fucking egg. Or it's like, get your goddamn uncut dog away from me. Good humping everything.
Get your weird red pecker out of here.
There's no fun nickname for a cat chub.
Nope.
Oh,
nope,
fucking, yeah. Oh, it's got its old pink highlighter out. Gross. Get out of here. Talk about that. You into this?
Cat dicks are weird, too.
Are they? God, of course they are. Damn it. Oh. Jesus.
Whew.
Fuck.
Oh, that's fun. This is a fun podcast about The Simpsons.
This is like a PSA. People got to be aware of this. There's cats in your neighborhood fucking right now. And you should be on the lookout. Put a stop to it.
Be on the lookout for weird cat
Jesus.
boners.
Putting your hands between two cats fucking it, but that thing gets scratched. Holy fuck. You turn a hose on some dogs, cats won't turn on you. Or cats will turn on you.
What happened to Nathan? Oh, he got mauled half to death by two fully erect cats.
Yeah. Fuck. Oh. Jesus. They must just do it in like.
I don't think I've seen you so genuinely bothered since the MC Hammer episode.
It has to be happening. But they're just lurking in the shadow.
Right now,
There's
man.
cats in this neighborhood fucking. I don't like that.
You can always tell when there's about to be because they make that fucking howl.
Cats getting heat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, like, so you follow that sound, you'll see it.
Oh, God.
Just right in the middle of the street.
Oh, yeah, it has to be. Jesus.
Cats don't have like the Lady and the Tramp spaghetti scene. Yeah. They're just out there howling and banging.
Just like fucking like, I don't know, like some fucking German fucking like, just like, this is for the proletariat, like just to advance the species. Like, oh.
Just bored cat sex.
Yeah, that's something to fill the day.
Oh, God. I mean, you know how it is.
I don't. That's part of the trouble, but I don't want to learn because that's sick.
You're at a point now. Are you going to continue to just be weirded out by the mystery, or are you going to educate yourself into a corner?
That's how you can never run for public office, and that's on your fucking web browser history.
You got to borrow a buddy's phone.
Cat fucking, in parentheses, for science. 6 exclamation points.
For research. I'm not weird. I just want to see videos.
All of that typed in. Not jerking off, okay? Live streaming video of me watching cats fuck so I can prove that I'm not aroused. As you can see, the front of the basketball shorts has not adjusted. Keep an eye on both the fucking and my groin. Oh.
Whew. The second spooky story is unnormal activity. You nearly spit Miller Lite all over that laptop.
I sure did.
Homer has stolen Ned's camera to document some spooky shit going on around the house. I've never seen this movie, any of these paranormal movies. So I suspect that I'm going to miss out on some stuff. But all I know is that it's like found footage, but not always we're running with the camera. Blair Witch found footage. You know, it's like it's more like found security footage.
Exactly, like CC, like closer.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I love them. And actually, it's funny. I think I was almost brought this up during our last one. I was like, we got to be getting ready, coming close to a Paranormal Activity. I was thinking, what's the next franchise? And here we are.
Here we are.
I'll go on record. I haven't seen the last one. I think I've seen the first 3 or 4. I love them.
Yeah,
there's definitely, they probably get worse, but they're still all fun. They're all there's genuinely scary movies at points. That first one's one of my favorite horror movies.
I always heard the first one's exceptionally good.
Yeah,
maybe I'll do it in October. Put those on the list.
There you go. Funnest experience I've ever had in a movie theater was watching that first one in a packed house.
Were people freaked out?
Flipping shit. Because we had like the second to last row. We got in right before it was sold out, and me and my friends were all mushed in with all these teenagers, and like it was this couple, like 15 years old, cuter in buttons, you know, and she was like palm striking him out of terror, like when when a scary part's coming up, she'd like push her hand, and then when it would happen, she would just start like clawing and striking him, and finally all you hear this like teenage boy, Melissa, enough. Like he finally couldn't handle it anymore. Like
as she's just Honda 100 hands slapping the shit
I think
out
she
of
was
this
even
guy.
like facing him, like not kicking, but like digging her feet into him too, kind of like she was like all twisted. She almost did a 360, and like she would like you could just watch her physically just not be prepared. Like no, just moving her body with it. Like I had a friend, a guy we were teenagers, like 18, 19, 20. If a scary part was coming, he would like reflect, like wouldn't even realize. He would grab blankets off a couch that wasn't his and like pull them to his face, and like would keep pushing back and like would start to like fall down, like you know what I mean, like
physically trying to get away from the screen,
and like would let out like wails, like blah, like fuck man. If I enjoyed horror movies as much as that, I'd fucking watch one every week.
Yeah,
but he would say, like, he's like, they're fucking hard on me, man. And like to the point like he would bug you because he'd start falling into you. It's like, dude, chill out for a second, man.
Oh my god. I love a horror movie. I really love a horror movie in the theater.
Yeah,
like that's a fun experience.
Damn right.
Like I like when you go to the big Marvel movies and everyone cheers and shit, and you know I like that experience.
Communal.
Yep. And it's followed in a pretty close second by a fucking good horror movie in the theater.
So for me, movies will always be above TV.
Yeah.
A good movie in the theater is such a more rewarding, enriching experience than good TV.
I love the experience of going to the theater.
It's a show.
Yep.
It's an event. You got off the fucking couch.
And, exactly.
It's an event. That's a good way to describe it. Unlike TV, you can watch TV 24 hours a day.
And I have.
Yeah. This week.
I watched all these cat fucking shows.
Yeah. I got all the best cat footage. All the below crotch angle. You like cat taint.
Oh, yeah, get that camera in there. Weird. Oh, an orange one, huh? That's what I like.
Even for cat assholes, these ones are hairy.
This is top 5 ugliest cat asshole.
There's someone on the planet who would be getting aroused by all this right now, and they need to be taken out of the breeding pool.
There's a ton of like horror movies that I love, but precious few that have genuinely scared me.
Yep.
So like I'm looking forward to getting some of those in the rotation this year.
Did you ever watch The Entity? I don't know what. It's hard to find.
I think you told me to put it on last year's list, and I did and couldn't find it.
Yep. I streamed it on Netflix, but like, oh my God, 13 years ago. It was like one of the very first movies I ever streamed on Netflix. Because Martin Scorsese had it in their top 10 horror movies.
It's a ghost movie, right?
Or like a possession, yeah, like, or an entity. Holy shit, it's in the title, yeah. And I watched it alone. I was in my early 30s, and I was just like, you've got to fucking catch your breath for a second and realize you're a grown fucking man and this is on TV, because it was fucking terrifying. Like, yeah, it's relentless. It's a good one. If you want to get spooked, like, check out The Entity. Buy a used DVD off eBay or how one goes about it now.
I thought just for a second that maybe I had, but I was confusing it with The Changeling, which I did watch last year.
I saw the Changeling is.
I didn't care for it.
Yeah, it's just slow. It's fucking. We're used to a more hyperactive horror movie. Like,
yeah, a good scare really get like fucking the year I watched The Fourth Kind, that Mila Jovovich UFO movie. That movie's fucking great. The movie is good, but it was higher on the rating of actual scary.
UFOs, fucking aliens are scary, man.
That's the shit that gets me.
Yep.
You can give me ghosts and shit all day. What the fuck ever.
Unsolved Mysteries adversely affected my development because of that shit. I wouldn't sleep at night.
Yep. Unsolved Mysteries
As you did live in the country.
Yep.
That's where they come from. They come for the rubes.
Yep.
They don't come into fucking duplexes.
Nope.
They find your fucking place out in the woods and they attack your trailer.
Mm-hmm. They pull you up into their spaceship and do God knows what to you.
Yeah, getting fucking cooked like a pig on a spit by two... No. Stay away, aliens.
I don't want to get diddled by the Greys. Yep. It's terrifying. So Homer has stolen Ned's video camera to document the spooky shit going on at the Simpson household. And then we just get a lot of, like, that visual of the, it's got the time in the corner and the jittery footage because it's played in fast forward a lot. I don't know if that's in the movie.
Yep,
Probably
it is.
Marge seems to know more than she's letting on this whole time. Like, we get a scene where she just gets out of bed and stands next to Homer when he's in bed and just stares at him all night. That's terrifying.
Yeah.
That was terrifying in The Simpsons.
Yep.
Like, what the fuck?
And we get her doing that when he's using the bathroom, and that fucking monster pissing with the toilet seat down.
Yep. Like a real asshole.
Unforgivable.
Nope. Not into it.
I am a dirt dog. Pissing all over a toilet seat. So goddamn sick.
Yeah. He did. I did like the one added detail of he's standing there pissing and then he puts the arm out.
Yeah.
He braces.
It braces against the wall.
Yep. That's a good piss move.
Drunk me's done that plenty of times. In
Sober me's
public
done that
restrooms too. I've been drunk enough where like you're leaning on like the gear of the fucking urinal, like the cool metal, like
been there.
2-hand rest, and just letting it go
Just
freestyle down below.
Yep.
Like,
oh man.
yeah.
Hard times, baby.
Yeah.
We find out that it's the devil. The devil is in this house. I think Wiggum finds that out and then pretty quickly dies.
It's demeated.
Yeah,
he's
just a skeleton in a hat. The devil comes to take Maggie, and then we get a flashback to where this all started.
Patty and Selma.
Yeah, when Marge was young, Patty and Selma summoned the devil, and in order to save them, Marge offered her favorite child to the devil in order to save her sisters, and this is the devil coming to get his due 30 years later. The devil is Mo, kind of.
Yeah.
They throw flour on him so you can see him because he's invisible otherwise.
Yeah, I think Bart does, yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was a fun thing. I was like, maybe that's in the movie. I don't know. And then Homer offers to get everybody off the hook by having a three-way with the demon and one of his demon pals.
Yeah.
And we get... we see the camera in the bedroom, Homer in bed with those two giant Mo demons, and they're like, he's like, what's our safe word? And they say cinnamon, and Homer's like, okay, cool. Hey, I want to try something new, and he throws his underwear, and it lands on the camera so you can't see, and you just hear the one demon going, cinnamon, and that's it.
That's a good ending.
That was a fun ending. I like that one. The last one of the bunch is Bart and Homer's Excellent Adventure. Right off the bat, not a horror movie.
Yeah, very true.
But that's okay. Sometimes these are just fun. These aren't always horror. Not a lot of violence in this batch.
Yeah, good call. I mean, you get Wiggum getting demeated. We get Sideshow Mel gets his insides sucked out by the black hole.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
But you're right. There's not a whole lot.
Bart wants to buy this comic book that was 25 cents in 1974, but now it's super expensive because it's a collector's item, obviously. So he wants to go back to 1974 to buy this comic, and that's when Frink shows up in his time car, which is a Prius, I think.
I assumed.
Yeah, it looks like a Prius, but it's got, it's all fucking DeLorean'd up. It's all Back to the Future'd up. Bart hops into the time car and puts in 1974, and I love the visual of how they portray him going back in time, which is him just in this like trippy, colorful time tunnel going past all the different James Bond movies until he lands in 1974. That was fun. That was a fun bit.
Yeah.
So he gets the comic, reads it, and is like, that wasn't that good, and throws it away.
Preachy.
Yeah, preachy. That's what it was. And tosses it in the garbage.
All that for that.
Yeah. I thought that was a fun joke that was the payoff. And then he runs into high school Homer, who is in detention, and he ruins his first meeting with Marge, which is what we know to be the origin of those two meetings, was in detention. That was the first time we did a Here's How They Got Together episode. It was back in the 70s.
Yep.
She got detention that time.
I love teenage Homer's voice, how it's slightly different.
Yep.
A little more whiny.
I like his hair. I like those big sideburns.
Yeah.
So he ruins the first meeting, so they're not going to be a couple. And Bart does, I like that he does the Back to the Future thing of looking at the photo of himself, but it's on his phone.
Yeah.
And I like that his life in the phone gets better.
Yeah.
His life in the photo is infinitely better.
The house changes to be much better.
Yep, and I think he's wearing a tuxedo.
Yeah.
So Bart's like, well, I gotta go check this out, and hops back in the time car. Homer stows away in the trunk. 1974 Homer stows away in the trunk, comes back, has his fucking mind blown by everything. Marge is married to motherfucking Artie Ziff.
Give it up to Lovitz.
John Lovitz showing up. Marge is married to Artie. The whole family is extremely rich. Nelson is their butler.
Yeah.
I did like the added detail that everyone has curly Artie Ziff hair.
Yeah.
No one has spikes anymore.
Yeah. All three of the kids. Yeah.
Yeah. Seeing Mo with just regular curly, Bart with just regular curly hair was very weird.
Lisa too. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Marge's hair is even different.
Yeah. It's like
fancy.
Yeah, it's fancied up. It's dolled up now. So 1974 Homer and what is this timeline's current Homer are outside in the tree, and they're like, we got to do something. So the next day, we see an army of Homers show up on the front lawn of the Artie Ziff Manor. I like that the house is in the same place.
Oh, really? Yeah.
You know, because you see Ned's house next to it.
You're absolutely right.
But it's this huge, garish fucking mansion. They didn't build it in a different neighborhood.
So awesome. I didn't even pick up on that.
There. So the Homers, this army of time-traveling Homers show up. It looks like, hey, let's pick 40 ways you can draw Homer.
Yeah.
There's a caveman Homer, an aristocrat Homer. There's all of these Homers. So they show up to whoop that ass, and Artie Ziff and Bart defeat them immediately.
They're trained in the martial arts.
Yep. And that's when Marge comes out and she realizes, oh, I chose the wrong man. I should have been with any of all of you Homers.
Writhing pile of Homers in the front yard.
Yep. Even you, caveman Homer.
He's like, actually, it's Renaissance Homer. He's just that far behind.
Yep. Yeah. And then we end with, like, just them all living in the Simpson house. They're on the couch, all of these Homers, and Marge admonishing them for not having done some chore that she asked them to do.
Yeah.
So they're back to normal, I guess, except with tons of Homers.
Yeah. Very fun batch.
Yeah. I don't think it was an exceptionally strong for the Treehouse, but like as a whole, this is a good
fun.
This is a good Treehouse of horror.
Good energy. Not a lot of good laughs. You might have gotten a little more out of it if you knew the paranormal, because it was that was the one where we took a beloved franchise and really beloved might be strong, but a popular franchise.
No, I think it is. Yeah,
I love them.
Yep. It's certainly popular. I know enough people that fucking made enough of them. Somebody's watching them.
Yeah, no shit.
But I didn't get a ton out of that one. Probably my least favorite of the three. I like that black hole one a lot.
The animation was really good.
Yeah.
Up to our final episode of the batch, episode 3, Adventures in Baby Getting. Due to inaction by Homer to fix their backyard faucet, it's just a slow drip as the months turn into years. It causes like an underground aquifer to fill up, and it just flushes it like a toilet and causes this huge sinkhole in the middle of the city, which poor Marge and the kids drive into, which would be terrifying.
You're just driving along and there's a fucking hole all of a sudden.
We get a good gag of Marge like rifling through the glove box. Like, I know I have a sinkhole safety kit in here. There's like a tsunami one,
a zombie one.
Yeah, she pulls it. It's basically an inflatable stairwell.
Yeah.
So and Bart's like, oh, what stairs? And they were able to get out. And they get back home. They're watching the footage on TV, and it turns out the mayor solves the sinkhole problem by pushing the tire fire into the sinkhole. Which
amazing.
I hope isn't canon. I hope the
tire fire's not gone.
Lives on.
Yeah.
And he's like, for the first time in my administration, we have solved a problem, which is so good. In 24 years is his first win. But you know what that means? Fucking Marge's car is now covered in molten rubber. So.
Yeah, and paved over.
And how quickly it's paved and painted was good.
Yeah.
The machine that just quickly rolls over it.
It does it all in one machine in one pass. Yep.
So that means Marge got to go car shopping, and she goes by herself. We get a good scene with a real slimeball car salesman.
You just brought up a couple of episodes ago. Do you think we're going to get a new car?
Yes. Yeah.
So I was like smiling at that this whole time.
I was like, I thought of that too. Like, what are the goddamn odds? So he keeps trying to pull the wool over her eyes, but she's very well informed. It's like, you're taking food out of my children's mouths. I looked on Facebook. You don't have any kids.
Yeah.
It just keeps progressing. But she eventually buys a car. Would you say it's supposed to be kind of like a Prius? I
think so.
Like a 4-door kind of...
4-door compact.
Yeah, of some type, but it's enough to fit 5. I mean, 3 of them are little.
Yeah.
But 3 children fit in the back. So, and right away, Marge just hates the car, even though it's perfectly fine. And
she bought it.
Yeah, all of her complaints, it won't start. And Homer leans over, starts right up, you know, And this is when we cut to the B story. Bart and Milhouse are just sitting on the bus, God, those days just sitting on the bus, waiting. Yeah, okay, any minute now, this thing's going to take off.
Yeah, here we go. Which dud kid are we waiting on?
Right.
Leave them.
Yeah, they'll figure it out. They got parents. Bart and Milhouse notice that Lisa isn't getting on the bus, so they get off the bus and follow her on foot to see her just like running in like a residential neighborhood, and she fucking calls a taxi.
Yep.
And they run out because a piece of paper falls out of her backpack, and they pick it up. I think it says something like 5 boxing wizards jump quickly.
I knew exactly what this was.
I didn't at all.
I did. I was like, okay, I know what that sentence is, and I wonder if this is where we're going. I turned out to be right.
Yeah, I had no clue. Bart has a line where he goes like, "Finally, my sister is mildly interesting." So they take Marge's car to the mechanic's shop, and he's like, "Yeah, man. Like, this car's new."
Yeah,
like,
there's nothing wrong with it.
And he's like, this is kind of out of bounds for me. I'm not a psychiatrist, clearly, but this is a mental thing.
Yeah, psychosomatic car problems.
Yeah, a very profound mechanic. That's what I look for in a mechanic.
Yeah.
I want more than just my car. I want me to get fixed.
You want profundry?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and Homer's like, you know what, you're right. But as they're driving back home, and Marge has the realization that the reason she hates the car is she wants another baby. And she hates the car because there wouldn't be room for another kid in it.
Yeah.
And that's
not where I saw this going at all.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely not. And this is a fucking hell of a goddamn pill for Homer to swallow, because Homer's usually in the wrong, so he always just whatever I could do to make her not angry.
Yeah.
So he's like, sure, babies are terrific. Let's have babies. Why not more babies? Even though the dialogue in his head is like, we cannot do
what
this.
Are you doing? Yeah.
You know, back to the B story. Bart enlists the help of Lisa's former boyfriends. Like, we get Milhouse, Nelson, and Ralphie to help track Lisa. Where it basically comes out that like Milhouse is the only one that isn't like, you know, it's like, it doesn't really sound like she was your girlfriend, you know? And so they're on the hunt for Lisa.
Boy, precious little Ralphie these days.
Oh my God, good call.
God damn it, we do not get Ralphie like we used to.
And during this, there's a scene where it's like just a lot of no dialogue, just like with background music, them like hunting like old-timey detectives on the street trying to find more about Lisa. We get this thing with something called Father Mike.
Yeah, I don't have
that's got to be a cultural.
What that's from.
Just this priest walking up the hill in the urban neighborhood they're in, and they all Father Mike, and they all scatter.
Yeah,
and he's like swinging his rosary beads or something. Yeah,
he's like menacing, like he's gonna beat the shit out of these kids.
Has to be from something, but we're not getting. Homer thinks he's in the clear because at one time they go to Dr. Hibbert, and they find out about that his sperm ain't worth a shit.
They're all dead. They all just have X's over their eyes.
Which, you know, Homer is thrilled about because it gives him an out. Oh, I'm sorry, what can you do? You know, I think they refer to it as his sperm has X eyes, you know? Which I thought that was a nice touch. But it turns out, you know, in the lean years of the 90s, he sold some nut to a fertility clinic in Shelbyville. I don't even know how that's referenced. It's his buddies. It's Mo,
because they're having this talk at the bar.
They're both having like kind of like shucks drink at the bar, and Mo brings it up, which fucking party foul Mo. But hey, he isn't aware of what's going on, so you can tell that's the next step. And Marge is very excited about this. Cut to Bart and the gang, which now includes Skinner, because he can't afford Lisa's grades to drop.
Yeah.
So she's doing something. He needs to put a stop to it. So she's 100% committed to school.
It's just insane that this school is only funded because this one little girl.
Yep. What is it? Something like, if it wasn't for her, it wouldn't even be a school. I can't how he refers to it as.
I forget exactly what he says, but it's something along those lines.
So Bart and the gang now have located her, and they find her. She's just at an old woman's house learning cursive.
Fuck yeah, she is.
Because it's been cut from the school, which I'm sure that's a more and more common thing every day.
Yeah, they're getting rid of it for some fucking reason.
I would have held it together enough in class. I would have cried when I got home, tears of joy, if they would have dropped. I fucking hated cursive.
What, you want to write in print like a fucking child your whole life? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Why don't you write everything with a crayon then? Why not?
You're an old forgotten. I'm usually old man grump. This is refreshing. You're the one fucking stuck. Like I love it. I'm gonna drink this in.
You're gonna sign papers for a car loan. You're gonna just hold a fucking crayon in your fist and
I'll sign
write
my
big blocky.
Let them learn
letters.
to sign their name in an afternoon. The knowledge we didn't learn because we're busy fucking writing cursive cues like it's the Victorian era. That's why we're losing to the other countries.
No.
How much time do you think Chinese kids waste on fucking calligraphy? None. That's an after-school project for rich kids. So cursive should be.
Everyone should learn how to write cursive.
Oh,
God damn it. What are we doing?
I bet I could talk to my nephews in 10 years, and I was like, any time in your life has not knowing cursive affected you? Like, what's cursive again? Oh, that's how we sign things. What? No. Like, not a bit. Why would it? I remember like when someone like being like in high school, I was like doing my taking notes in the class, and someone's like, you don't have to write cursive. I'm like, oh yeah, you're right. I just started printing again, and the shackles of cursive writing were off me.
But printing is like it's the least fucking efficient option. Like, you're just fucking drawing these harsh, pointy, fucking horse shit letters.
I know you like loops and frills.
Using fucking 10 times the hand energy that you need to. Cursive flows across the page. You can write so fast.
It's not like together. It's too many.
Print.
It's too much shit. I got too much shit on my page.
I gotta I ain't got time to lift the pen off the paper. I got thoughts that I need to get onto this paper.
There's an exciting new option. It's been around for only like 80 years. It's called typing.
Yeah, I learned how to do that on a typewriter. I know.
So you don't have to learn. It's like,
but sometimes you don't have your computer on you. Sometimes you don't have your phone on you.
God, how many minutes in your life in the last 15 years have you had to write cursive?
I write cursive all the time.
You're writing all the time. You're like,
don't worry about it.
Man, journaling is a you thing. That is not the public schools. So you can write down what girl you have a crush on at the bank.
But I didn't. How dare you?
Rhonda is going to appreciate my penmanship.
Oh my God. I could turn these microphones off and show you so much cursive writing now.
I never write print. Well, I do. It's like a sentence. Like, I'm never writing long form anymore. Like,
why not?
Why? Like, it's like, why don't you ever fucking fly helicopters? Helicopter maintenance and repair would be more of a pertinent thing to teach children. Like, oh my God.
And you write you write more than I do.
Keyboard like a normal modern human. Is this some kind of cosplay? No. Is this some kind of like Victorian? I know you like British shit.
I have a quill. I have a long feather quill.
Are you being served cosplay? Or you're putting orders in for your department store by hand? More blouses.
I'm just writing cursive notes and handing them out the window to a raven.
Just drops them right in the river.
Yeah, they're all piled up right outside the window. The raven's not real. Yeah. It's only in my brain. Is the real secret.
Go, Edgar.
Bring me 2 fucking cats, Edgar.
How great would that be for your neighbors to witness? You talking and dropping a note, waving to a bird that doesn't exist.
I'll expect your return by tomorrow.
God. I legit can get traumatized thinking about that. The notebooks with like the big rectangle with the dotted line down the middle.
Yeah, for uppercase, lowercase.
Sizing it.
Oh, my God.
Fucking
I just got a weird cat boner.
Oh, God, of course you did. Just you surrounded by fucking cat fancy magazines writing letters to the editor.
I have a relatively expensive fountain pen
my God.
Right there. It's right over there.
Man. God damn it. There's a better way. You're stuck. I can't believe this is so refreshing. I'm the one that's always stuck in the past. I'm the one that wants VHS tapes to make a comeback.
It's not that how do I put this? I know that there is Boy.
Oh, I get it.
I'm not going to say better way.
Yeah.
I know that there are other ways, but this is the way I like.
I'm going to fucking I'm going to give you a page that I printed and a page that I wrote fucking cursive on. Let's see which one you read faster.
Well, that's on you and your school for not teaching you cursive.
I learned.
Properly.
I just hated it. I learned. You want a fucking cursive Z, capital Z, brother? I'll get you one. You want a key? What, that weird ass 2? That's a Q. That's fucked up. It's against. It's ungodly, is what it is. It's an affront to God. I won't stand for it. You can watch cats fuck and write cursive letters about it to yourself.
Sometimes if I'm writing and I'll do the thing where the very first letter is way bigger than all the others, and then it continues like normal from there, like it's a fucking parchment from the Persians.
The occasional, occasional times, probably been a decade where I've ever had to take a note that was more than like a couple sentences. I've switched into cursive. Like, fuck, I remember doing this dumb shit. Like, just fucking, fuck it. Okay, this is silly. I almost was like, I remember this. It's weird. The muscle memory, like, fuck, because you spent so much time on it. Jesus Christ.
Because
you know what I'd like to know?
it.
I'd like to know how a fucking computer works. Like, you know what's never came up in a job interview? How's your penmanship? Never.
I take pride in my penmanship. It's pretty good and pretty efficient.
I had dog dick printing and dog dick cursive, so didn't improve or disapprove with either.
My printing looks like horse shit.
Oh, really?
My printing looks like a child wrote this note. Like a pretty drunk child wrote this note. My cursive is pretty flowery, but my fucking print sucks. And printing takes so much more work.
Oh, man.
You're always like pressing too hard and lifting the pen too much. Fucking give me the cursive where I can just present it to the paper.
It's fucking so bourgeoisie.
I am extremely bougie with my. But you got to have stuff on paper. What if I came over there and just fucking roundhouse that laptop and
on the cloud?
And you already lost your phone.
You can't.
You'd be fucked. There goes every joke you've written. There goes everything.
15 years ago, you can't roundhouse kick the cloud, brother.
That's a t-shirt.
Yeah. Like screaming it triumphantly if someone like throws your laptop out of a moving car to ruin an idea. Like, you can't toss the cloud, baby.
But what if that company goes under tomorrow? What if tomorrow Apple goes under or fucking Google, whatever?
I legit put almost everything on a fucking separate hard drive. The amount of fail safes on it.
But I mean, for me, like, what if tomorrow your apartment burned down, Marlon? Then I'd be fucked. Yeah. Like, there's
you need to have a goddamn fucking safe deposit box with all your cursive
for all my notes.
Yeah, all your fucking fan fiction. Chapter 7: French kissing blossom. We remove our giant hats. 6 is nowhere to be found.
Oh boy. It's not an everyday thing, but I've gotten like moderately into journaling over the last year, and I gotta say I don't get the appeal. I don't understand.
But you're every fucking person, if you want to write, they tell you to get in the habit of it. But like,
and I'm trying, and it certainly isn't every day. But it's like I can't for the life of it. The biggest hurdle for me. Who is this for?
Yep.
Like, is this for me to look back on later, or is this for someone else after I'm dead and gone?
I think it's for you to keep your writing, like just to keep your brain in that mode. It's like doing the exercise bike or a treadmill.
Okay.
It sucks and it's monotonous, and you'll never think of that 15 minutes again.
Yeah.
But it just keeps
it's just
your
maintenance.
Yep, maintenance. That's a good word for it.
Well, I hate cardio.
Yeah.
But at least here I get to write cursive.
Yep. That's what you're thinking about when you do cardio. Pretty soon I'll lay in my feather bed.
I wish I were writing cursive right now.
Dipping my pen in the inkwell and writing letters. Blossom's more aggressive than I ever assumed.
You just wait. I'm going to turn in my fucking script that I've written, all handwritten in cursive.
Yeah. Holy shit. That'd be so insane.
That's how Mick Foley tells the story that his first book, Blood, Tears, and Sweat Socks, was written while traveling, usually on airplanes.
By hand?
Written by hand on yellow legal pads, and he turned in a stack of yellow legal pads
really?
to his publisher.
I wonder if he's a lefty like I am, because that's the only reason I ever see a need
dragging fucking ink across there.
Or for me, I like a legal pad because my hand doesn't hit the metal bar.
Oh,
like
sure,
shit.
the rings.
Yeah. Man, we went even for a podcast that goes off the rails. Who would have guessed that cursive would start such a fire?
I just envisioned off the rails in cursive in my head.
Yeah. That's how you think. I think we can't lose. That's how my brain's
I think
wired.
in cursive. Yeah. Off is a good word. There's a lot of loops. There's a lot of fun. Yeah. Off's a fun one.
Lowercase f's fun.
Yeah. See, you get it.
It has its charms. But then a capital F, some of it's lame. Like a capital F is just a capital T with a line in it. Like, what are we doing? Gonna think of nothing fun?
Okay, you make a different capital F than I do. My capital F is basically a 7 with a line through it.
Oh, there's that one too.
Yep. I use that F.
That's the style they use, like on a Ford Fairlane.
Yes, sure, yeah. Or some people write a 7 that way with the line through it, which I've never understood why people do that.
Yeah, I don't get that. There must be a reason for it.
I think it's to
differentiate from a 1, maybe?
I think it's to guarantee you don't mistake it for a 1.
Yeah. God, that's a random ass thing I haven't thought of, is the line through a T.
Yeah.
Or through a 7. Yeah.
But yeah, that's my cursive F is that.
Jesus. And the Simpsons.
You want me to bang out the alphabet for you quick right now? I got a notepad right in front of me.
This was in a visual format we could put on the YouTube channel. Just you with a marker board explaining cursive.
I'll make that video. I don't give a fuck. Marlon explains cursive. Yeah. That's our new YouTube series. Yeah. I'll teach cursive.
Just doing a deep dive on every letter, like 45 minutes.
Yeah.
So here's the fun part with a lowercase b. Look, you get ready for this.
There's not a lot of fun parts with a lowercase b. I don't really care for it.
You get the loop and the swoop.
Mm-hmm.
God, I'm fucking getting to shakes thinking about how much I fucking hated that. I clearly remember having a classroom where I could see outside. I had like a window seat. Just I could be out there, not in here. There's a whole world out there. We're just stuck in here doing this dumb shit. Fuck. So much time, so many hours. Oh, I'm an inside boy most of the time, but cursive had the power to drive me outdoors.
Oh my God. I would rather write cursive than play kickball any day. No. As a child or an adult.
Yeah. You're in your car writing cursive in the stands at a softball game. They can see you in the outfield. Just you flipping huge pieces of paper over. Here we go. But the Simpsons.
Oh, right.
So Marge and...
It is safe to, like, I'm sure it goes without saying, I marked the fuck out at this part of the episode.
I bet, yeah.
Because I know where you stand on cursive.
Yeah. I never knew I had such a hot take on it. I knew you would be pro.
Yeah.
I think I've commented that you have nice penmanship before.
I think it's come up before.
Yeah. So the Simpsons spend the day in Shelbyville, because that's where the fertility clinic is. And Homer finally admits he doesn't want another kid, which Marge is very angry about. Like, why didn't you tell me from the beginning? And she's upset and this and that. And it's just basically them now spending time together that's tense because she's angry and Homer's trying to stop that and quell that anger. Turns out Homer never wanted kids, which is troubling because he has 3 of them.
Right.
And Homer, while they're I think they're in a diner, he watches a family with 4 kids. And which Marge is like, this is going to have him have a change of heart, which it kind of does.
Yeah.
So Homer's like, sure, let's have a 4th kid. Why not? Like his Brad's like, a table with 4 legs is stronger than a table with 3. Like, and then it's also kind of like, just like, basically it gets kind of sweet. It's like, well, if anything's half you, it's going to be great. Which, God damn it, Homer, every once in a while he's a real charmer. So they're they go to the sperm shack and get the original. All of your stuff was used up. And she's like, wait a second, there's a couple right now that they're getting the last of it. He goes in there. You could ask them, and they see him, Like he's the after face. Like,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, no, you can have it back. Like, and Homer's kind of like, you can put up a little bit of a fight. Like, no, like your face is the fight. Like, look in the mirror. I think it was like, gee, it gets real harsh. What's the name he puts? Thad Super Sperm?
Yep. Thad Super Sperm.
Sunglasses in his picture.
Was his alias.
You have Thad Super Sperm Jr. A name like that kid would run for president. But while he's now the one that's psyched about having another kid, Marge is looking at the wall of success. It's all Homer.
A lot of Homers.
They're just selling Homers. And she's like, Jesus. And like she's like, maybe we should at least think about this. And then Homer gets a good look at the wall, and it dawns on him like what he has created. It's like, I don't think I want to bring a child into this world, this many me's running around.
I think there's enough.
Yeah. I think there's enough Simpson babies running around right now. And that's almost it. But then it's we get them going into a 3D movie when they pile the kids out of the trunk.
Yeah.
There's like sneaking them in. Hey, we got one over. I go, Marge's like, every time we do this, I write them a check the next week. Just such a Marge thing.
Absolutely.
Mailing them a check for the money that Homer thinks they scanned him out of.
So funny.
And it's a Itchy and Scratchy 3D movie.
Yeah.
We're still in the middle of 3D movies at this time.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. This is still... God, we're probably getting close to the end of it, though.
It's got to be, because we're well past Avatar.
Yep. And I think we're probably getting around Gravity, so getting to the end of it, yeah.
Oh,
I think
sure.
Jackass 3D was like 2010, so we're a couple years. So
Yeah.
we're getting to the... Eventually, we're not going to see 3D shit anymore.
Is Gravity good?
Love it.
I've always heard Gravity's
One of two
good.
movies I've went to where I was happy I had 3D glasses.
Oh, no kidding.
Every other movie, I fucking hate it.
Is the other one Avatar?
Yep.
Yeah. Avatar is a fucking dog shit movie, but the 3D is very good in it.
Yep, it's the only movie where the 3D... Well, that and Gravity's like, the 3D enhances this.
Oh,
Instead of,
yeah.
I'm just like, why the fuck do I have these on my face? I got to wear them over my glasses like I'm fucking welding. Drives me up the fucking wall.
I forget... I watched a movie recently, just like on streaming somewhere, and I forget what it was, but I watched a movie where about halfway through the movie, I was like, oh, this came out during 3D, and that's why there's so many shots of like, it's coming towards your face.
Oh, no shit.
And it hadn't dawned on me, and I was like, oh, yeah.
You can't think of what it was?
I can't for the life of me remember what
there
it
was. There
was.
some real low-rent horror movies that basically...
Piranha 3D is great. I liked that one a lot.
I think one of the very first ones that came to theaters was My Bloody Valentine.
Oh,
3D.
yeah.
That was very early on in the...
I didn't see that.
No,
but
nor did I.
I remember it.
Will you remember to watch 5 more episodes of Simpsons next week, Marlon?
I will, because it'll
try.
be in my phone. Because this is because I have to.
This is it. You're contractually obligated.
I will write down in cursive in that notepad to watch episodes 4 through 8.
Dip in the quill. Wearing your powdered wig.
I'll work on my cursive, and you watch cat pornography.
Yes. Done and done.
It's 4 through 8 of season 24 is the homework for next week. Go ahead and watch those, and we'll talk about them like we always do.
Damn right we're gonna.
Yeah.
Fuck them.
What, are we going to not?
Yeah.
Christ, I hope I have air conditioning by then.
Oh, man.
I'm bubbling over here.
I bet for you, since you had to sleep in it, you're a little more perturbed about it.
Boy, I wish you could have seen it. It looked like the aftermath of the cheapest gangbang pornography. Just oh god.
Someone dumped like the grease trap out of a fucking rotisserie chicken machine. Like, what are the chunks from? Don't worry about it.
I look like Neo when he comes out of the goo pod in the Matrix.
Gross.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Set that bed on fire.
That's the kind of shit that if you ain't got a mattress cover, you better. You can ruin a bed and sleeping like that.
that bed is 3 times heavier than it was yesterday.
I bet it's a science experiment.
Yuck.
Let it out in the sun, see what grows.
So 4 through 8 for next week. You can find us on the internet at Barley Basket USA on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. BarleyBasketUSA@gmail.com is the email address. We'll see you then.
Bye, everybody.